Say, stay tuned. Now there is this. There was a major scandal with this administration. It starts, of course, with Joe Biden and his involvement with Hunter. I don't know why Hunter is a part of our discussion. He shouldn't be, but he is, but Joe Biden puts him there. Dana, Judge Janine A.S. The Justice Department says the lead attorney in the Hunter Biden investigation is clear to testify before the House Judiciary Committee. Miranda Devine has been on the story from the beginning and a Fox News contributor. What do you expect when we finally get to hear from Mr. Archer? From David Weiss? Yes, David Weiss. All these names. You keep it straight for US. Yes, look, I think of the main thing we really want to hear from David Weiss is why did he let Hunter Biden off the hook? As the IRS investigators who were on that criminal case for 5 years have alleged, they have testified that the DOJ slow-rolled and obstructed their investigations, wouldn't allow them to get search warrants, for instance of Hunter Biden's locker or Joe Biden a CAB in on his property, where Hunter Biden was living. David Weiss, we were told by the Attorney General, had full authority. Well, they say ultimate authority about where and when to bring charges. But I think that again they are using lawyer speak because it looks as if ultimate authority is not the same as complete or full authority. David Weiss has what he has said about how much authority he had conflicts with what both the Attorney General said and also what the IRS whistleblower said. I think it's important that he come before the House and testify alongside those IRS whistleblowers and others in the meeting where he said he was powerless to bring these charges. Bill, it looks like the dates available will be in the fall. And I think that's kind of when the story is going to get maybe entering in a new chapter. Devon Archer will be behind closed doors tomorrow. I want to ask you about that in a moment. The House Speaker, Kevin McCarthy, went there, he dropped the I word. Listen. I believe we will follow this all the way to the end, and this is going to rise to an impeachment inquiry the way the Constitution tells US to do this. And we have to get the answers to these questions. Bill, a loaded question here. Miranda, I want to show this picture. Devon Archer did a lot of business with Hunter Biden and around the Bidens a lot. Just one photo now. At a golf course out in Southampton, New York, the owner of the course next to him, Devon Archer on the left side, and Hunter and his father. Devon Archer has been scheduled to give depositions, but it hasn't happened 3 times. Now it will. Do you know what the holdup has been on this? Look, I think that it's really Devon Archer's lawyers and House Committee have been talking about dates, who is available at what time. I don't think there is anything nefarious about it. It's now scheduled for this Monday, then Thursday. Now it's scheduled finally for this coming Monday, July 31st. I think it will happen, and Devon Archer is not volunteered to do this. I'm told he is not doing this out of revenge or anything. He has just decided to comply with the request from the House Committee. He has been at the center of this story and been talked about nonstop for 2.5 years, and I think he just wants to clear his name and tell the truth. The truth that he has to tell is very damaging to Joe Biden. Because, of course, Joe Biden has always maintained he knew nothing about his son, Hunter's overseas business dealings, and we've reported about the numerous meetings, a dozen of Hunter's business partners who Joe Biden met, including in a restaurant in Georgetown. He has had 2 dinners with people that Hunter and his family were getting millions of dollars from. Now Devon Archer said there were 24 speakerphone calls that Joe Biden was dialed in by Hunter to speak to those business partners. Dana, Joe Biden denied that. Let's listen to that again. How many times have you ever spoken to your son about his overseas business dealings? President Biden, I have never spoken to my son about his overseas business dealings. Did Hunter Biden commit a crime? Have you spoken to your son, Mr. President? I'm proud of my son. I'm confident. The stories from the fall about his son, Hunter. President Biden, yes, yes. Yes, God love you, man, you. Dana, D.O. You think that line will hold? No. Already it's changed. You heard the White House spokeswoman Karine Jean-Pierre has just changed the language. She said I said it 1,000,000 times and the answer remains the same, but it was completely different. It's now the president is not in business with his son. Very different from saying I know nothing about my son's overseas business dealings. I think it's overwhelming the evidence already on the table and about to be told by Devon Archer that Joe Biden was meeting with Hunter Biden's overseas business partners, and that, of course, was incredibly important to what Hunter Biden's business was, which was selling influence of his father, then the vice president. Bill, thank you, Miranda. Archer faces jail time for fraud to the tune of $60 million. Age 48. I think American public at some point soon will hear from him.